Hey everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel My Study, and in this video we are going to extend further on security group inbound rule. So in this video we are going to see how we can define this inbound rule and check the connectivity using this ICMP protocol. Okay, so although we have already seen how to define this inbound rule, but specifically for ICMP while configuring different option for the source machine through which you want to connect to your EC2 instance. So how you can define this inbound rule for ICMP. Okay, so first ever thing, I am already having a one instance being connected, or I would say it's available, but it's not in a starting state. So I'm just simply going to select and let me start the instance. Okay, now what are the different places through which I can just simply start connecting to this particular instance, not through SSH way but through ICMP, like a pinging to individual one. Let's say the same way we are ping here, doing this ping for let's say google.com. As far as you are connected with the internet, you will get this response. That means we are connected with a google.com. The response is coming from the google.com. Okay, now in this particular case, what we are going to do, let me just go to security, and we have two security groups currently being attached. So I don't want both of this group, I just want only one group. So from action security, let me change the security setting, and I'm just going to remove this SG2, anyhow I don't require this launch wizard 2. Let me save it, and we'll just navigate to this launch wizard 2 in another tab. Now here let's just check what are the inbound rules. So inbound rules exist only for SSH. Okay, so let's say with this public IP address, where is the, okay, let me just go to detail, and within a detail I am going to have a auto assign IP address, that is public IP address for my machine. Okay, so let me just copy, and if I just try to ping it from my local machine, so this is my Windows local machine, you can see there is no response are coming. It is just converted into request timeout. So that means we are not able to get any response from our EC2 instance, because this inbound rule not being defined for ICMP. So for that, let me just add it, inbound rule. Let me add the rule, and let's just go ahead with the ICMP IPv4. Okay, now here I'm just going to go ahead with my IP, which is nothing but my own IP address. Okay, so only from my own IP address only we can try to connect it. Now in the another tab, I'm just simply going to open this Cloud Shell. So I can open from here also Cloud Shell in another tab. So one is Cloud Shell, that is our source. One is my local machine, that is my another source. And there will be one more, I would say, instance I'm going to create. Let me just select this one, and is there any option to create similar instance? Okay. Yeah, launch instance. Let me just create it. Through this particular instance also we are going to connect it. So like let's say test EC2. Okay, remaining all thing I'm just going to keep it as it is, no change. T2 micro, even key pair I don't require, because anyhow I'm going to connect from instant connect, and all the traffic here I'm just going to allow, although I don't require, only SSH is more than sufficient, no HTTP. And let me launch the instance. Okay, I can use proceed with without key pair, we don't require. We noticed that you didn't select, that's fine. Okay, so now I am going to have a three different place, and for all three we are going to configure for ICMP. So just now there is a one ICMP rule we have configured, and that is okay, source is this one. Yeah, so that is my local machine. So from my local machine, let's say if I just try for this ping, you can have a look at the moment I allowed this particular IP address 49, 36, 89, 174, immediately it just started giving response. That means I am able to reach to my EC2 instance from my local machine. Now suppose if I just try for the same thing from my cloud shell, so that will be ping 54. Let me just make sure this is the correct one instance. Okay, I am going to have now two instances. So 54, 89, 39, 16. So let me just press and bang on. You can have a look at, it's not been able to connect. So one more security rule we can add it, or we can just simply try to edit the existing rule. Okay, so this is one. Let's say one more cloud shell related IP address also we need to know. So I guess this is the cloud shell IP address 10.134.33 to 30. Okay, let me copy and I'm just going to add it here. Okay, so this is not the way it is going to accept it. /32. So only one IP it's just going to represent. Okay, I guess done. Let me save it and let me make sure with ICMP. Okay, still not able to ping. Let me try. Okay, not. So I guess this is not our IP address. So if you want to know, let's say, IP address of this cloud shell, you can have a look at what is my IP API. Okay, so IP IFI contains some API, and through this particular way you will be able to get the IP address for this cloud shell. If it is behind certain firewall, see, this is the thing we can just try to add into it. So inside the security rule, let me add it. And now, okay, this SSH not required, but that's fine actually. I can add like this. Okay, and let me save it. So now we have added to cloud shell, and now let me ping. Oops. Okay, we are not still able to ping to our machine. The only reason is that even if you try for that is behind certain firewall. So that is under the private virtual private cloud. So private net. And is there any IP address? Can I get it from here? No, that is like a private IP. Okay, so not able to connect from the cloud shell, even though we have configured this ICMP protocol from here. Let me just go for this API once again. 54, 163, 192 and 22. Yeah, that's perfectly fine, which we have configured. Now as we have removed this rule from our local machine, if I just try for local machine, not able to ping it. Okay, so we have seen how you can configure this thing. Now suppose from another machine we just want to ping. So from another machine I'm just trying to connect it, and via this particular machine I am going to connect. Okay, so this is I am at the test EC2, and let's say I want to connect to my first EC2 instance. Okay, so if I just try for, oops, not able to paste. Yeah, done. I guess pasting is the issue here. See, not able to connect it. Obviously that is what expected. So what we have to do, we have to assign, or we have to get this public IP of our test machine to be allowed in our security group. So this way you can change the rule at the security side to allow for it. Bang on. You can see the moment we have added the IP address of our test machine, immediately ping just simply start working based on this ICMP protocol. Okay, so from 3 different ways I have shown you that how you can connect to your machine, and for that how you can define this ICMP rule. Now from our machine, let's say EC2 instance, whatever my first EC2 instance, the same machine I want to connect. And for the outbound rule, there is one thing I want to show you. So this one is my first EC2 instance, and from here I just want to connect, let's say, ping.google.com. Obviously it's working. Now the same thing we can control via this outbound rule. So in outbound rule, it says that all traffics are allowed. See, let me edit this outbound rule, let me delete, and no outbound rule. Okay, now if I just try for ping.google.com, see, it's not even being connected now because no packets are transferring between here and here because no outbound rules being defined. Let me quickly add outbound rule. I mean, all the traffics will be allowed. Alright everyone, that is all about this video, and before we leave, I just want to delete this test EC2 instance that is just for our demo purpose I have created, and the first instance I'm just gonna stop it. Okay, so I hope you enjoy listening this video. This is how one can configure this inbound rule with a different source destination to be connected with your EC2 instance. And please do like and comment on my video, and please do subscribe on my channel because I have shown you in the earlier videos only 2% people are actually subscribing to my channel. Okay, so that's all about this video. I'll get back to you in the next one.